Closing the sale is important. Interestingly, many salespeople use the same close every time. They get into a repetitive pattern and forget that there's many other options. So I just want to run through 6 different types of closes to give you a bit of a smorgasbord of opportunity. So the first one is the direct close. You merely ask, would you like to purchase? Would you like to go ahead? Or are you going ahead? You can make it quite affirmative. Let's make this happen. So the affirmative or direct close is a way of just literally asking the person to make the purchase. An alternate close is one where you give 2 options. Would you like the red or the green? Would you like 100 kilos or 1,000 kilos? Gives people the option to choose one or the other, not to choose one or not to purchase. So by giving an alternative, they're choosing one versus the other, which therefore means a sale versus not getting a sale. Alternate close. So comparative close is a way of comparing your product or service with a competitor. To do this, you may use a sheet of paper or you can do it verbally, and with your prospect, talk about all the things that your company and your solution offers for that prospect. Then say, okay, we've talked about what we have to offer. You've been looking at other options. Let's go through what they have to offer. On the other side of the sheet of paper or just in the discussion, you go through all the key points of the competitor. However, anything that relates back to your business as well, you put on your side of the paper or in your side of the discussion. So that in summary, by rights, you should have more weighting on your side than on the competitors. You then merely sum up, well, we've got 17 points for us and 3 for the other, for the competitor. Sounds like you've made your decision, doesn't it? Great way of giving a comparative close. Another option is to do a summary. A summary close is where you go through the conversation that you've had and highlight all the parts that you've discussed, all the situational questions, all the problems that they've identified, the outcome if the problems continue to exist, their needs to change. Then you go through all the reasons why they like what you've spoken about, which therefore helps them at the end say, of course, I would like to go ahead. So summary close is just a great way of taking people back on the journey that you've been in this particular appointment or previous appointments as well. An indirect close is closing on something separate to the actual purchase. It may be an installation. It could also be the likes of a colour, which you can also use in the alternative close. It's something not directly related to the situation. So how about we organise the installation for Friday? That is an indirect close. Which package would you like for your cell phone? Therefore, people decide on the connection rather than the actual cell phone, but by agreeing to the connection, they'll also take the cell phone anyway. So that is the indirect close. An assumptive close is one where you make the assumption. It can also be a direct close. So it's merely saying, okay, it sounds like we're going ahead with this. I'll organise the delivery. Or, okay, great, we're making this happen. Only then, if the prospect actually says no, then you haven't got the sale. Otherwise, you've assumed it, they've accepted it, and you're in business. Assumptive close. So 6 types of closes: the direct, indirect, assumptive, alternative, summary, and comparative. These can be used interchangeably, but rather than just having one close, I encourage you to have a number up your sleeve.